Welcome back to Universe X, UniX DBS. Today, we're going to be talking about the blue card since we got the second bit of spoilers and I have both leaders to now look over, about 15, 16 cards. I do have to say my predictions were spot on, but then again, the Hirudegarn was foreseeable and the hero side pretty much I think had like a 50-50 chance of being Goku or Trunks. So, we're going to jump right into it and there got some interesting interactions as well. As per usual, if you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, think about going to do so. It's down in the description. Huge form of content. And then second, if you want to join the Discord, it's in there as well. Definitely trying to be more active in there. And lastly, can't stress it enough, road to 1K is strong. We're in the final 100, so thank you guys for all the support you've given me, and I'm gonna keep it going. Try to give you guys some content you can really sink your teeth into. So if you like it, hit that subscribe button. And if you already have, just watch me. So, moving into this one, we're gonna start off with the Trunks leader. It says, when this card is placed in your leader area, activate up to one foreboding music box from your deck. When this card attacks, draw one card, and when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card, switch to one of your energy active mode, then flip this card over. Right off the bat, we have another field card leader, and so we can't even evaluate the front side of this dude until we see the field card in question. So we're gonna come back to this guy once we read that field card. Then you've got he's an untapped draw one leader, so that's pretty cool, but he's gonna draw a card every time he swings. So if that field card helps you self-awaken, since there's no self-awaken on this leader, he's gonna be a draw two card, or essentially a draw two every turn leader. That's very interesting. Looking at his backside, first I gotta say that art, fire. It's probably just the background though. Like the pose is kind of just static, but the background looks amazing. It's gonna be a good foil. Trunks, the hero successor. When this card attacks, draw one card. If it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards with specified cost of 3 or more is removed from your unison area, you may add one Tapion sword from your drop area to your hand. If you do, choose one card in your hand and discard it. Now activate main once per turn, Spirit Boost 1. It says this card gains plus 5,000 power for the turn. If you have a blue unison card with specified cost of 3 or more in play, this card gains double strike. So, couple things to note here. Of course, draw one on swing, that's standard. It's very flavorful. If you lose Tapion, you're going to get Tapion's sword. You know, he's literally passing it on to Trunks. That's very flavorful. Not sure how good that card's going to, or that, is going to be. If you lose your unison, half the deck falls apart from what I've seen so far with these Spirit Boost centric leaders. Now, activate main, you can Spirit Boost 1 and he gains 5,000, bringing him to be a 20k, and that's very strong in a leader. But if you have the correct specified cost unison, you're going to become a double striking 20k leader. And when you see some of the effects that are already in the set, that's actually way more relevant because you're not gonna stay at 20k, I assure you. So, the next leader we're going to talk about is the Hirudegarn leader. When this card attacks, add up to one card from your life to your hand. Cool. Look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Always do that. Add up to one card amongst them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you added a card to your hand, choose one card in your hand, discard it. Okay. This is interesting because this is basically a redo of his old effect. Old effect, discard one card, draw 2 cards. This card is going to get you a life, and then you're going to look at a card, and then you're going to filter hard, top 5, take one, and you're going to discard a card. So this card's still going to fill your graveyard by 1, making this Hirudegarn going to be able to use Overwhelm if you so choose. From what I can see so far, I'll look at the rest. But also, with its Awakening effect, which you can read on the screen, it's going to allow you to set up his Awakening. You can Awaken turn 2 with this leader if you have a Tapion and a Minosha in your hand at the start of the game. Actually, to be honest, you could Awaken on turn 1. All you need to do is discard one and combo the other. So this is actually very interesting. But its effect will help you fix your hand, so who knows if you actually want to just Awaken on turn 1. So this other one, when your life is at 4 or less, you have one blue Minosha card and one blue Tapion card in your drop area. You may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy active mode, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 5 left, and flip this card over. Very interesting. Goes down to 5. You still should be able to use Hoys. That's actually pretty pog. It was very interesting. So we're going to switch this over. Hirudegarn, Calamity Revived. When this card attacks, draw one card. Once per turn, when one of your blue battle cards activates an evolve skill from your hand, draw one card. Okay, so you'll be able to just replenish your hand. That's a cantrip. And then you've got activate battle once per turn. Place 2 cards from under one of your blue or green battle cards in their owner's drop areas. Choose up to one of your cards against plus 5,000 power for the battle. That last activate battle seems very weak only because it's a once per turn, and 5k isn't like, you know, the best, but it's going to put some of these thicker beaters up to from 25 to 30 and stuff like that. So who knows? I'm going to have to see that activate battle a little more in action before I can fully judge it. But its first 2 skills are fine. You know, like I said, the draw one attacking is standard, but I like how it can replenish your hand. I like how it can keep your flow going when you're using your evolve effects. Seeing that some of the evolves might actually have draw effects on their own, if I'm not mistaken, and can help. So next we have the Unison, and mind you, this might be a Unison. This is interesting. I'll just go from here. Tapion, the Hero Revive. We've already seen this card once per turn. If it's your turn, when you remove a marker from this card using Spirit Boost skill, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than or equal to their energy and return to the owner's hands. That's Hirudegarn. It is an anti-Hirudegarn card, but it's also anti most of the format. +2, activate man if you switch this card to rest mode, or you can switch this card to rest mode if you do draw one card. Cool. +2 on the Unison's wonderful. And he's a 19k, so like I said before, he can't necessarily get bullied out immediately. Now, +0, up to one of your mono blue leader cards gets plus 10,000 power for the turn. That's right. So already you can make Trunks a 30k double striker on a leader, and that is very, very, very interesting. Now, moving on to Hoi, Bringer of Calamity. You've got once per turn, if your leader card is a blue Phantom Demon card and it's your turn, when you play a blue battle card from your drop area, add a marker to this card. So this guy can be a +2 on many turns of the game. Activate main, draw one card, then choose one card in your hand and discard it. So he's going to help you set up for Tapion, or for you know, your plays as well, and potential awakening if you haven't, you know, found the cards yet. And then -3, activate main, add up to one mono blue Phantom Demon card, then energy cost 7 or less from your drop area to your hand. So this guy is consistency on his stick. He's going to be able to gain markers. He's going to be able to +1 to draw a card and filter into your graveyard, but he's also going to be able to activate main -3 to add Hirudegarn cards from your grave to your hand. Not very high impact, but he will help the consistency and flow of the deck. So I kind of dig it, kind of don't. It's weird. Now this guy, Tapion, Hero of the Calamity. Auto, when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards from your deck, add up to one blue hero or Phantom Demon card with an energy cost of 3 or less, or one blue Unison with specified cost of 2 amongst them to your hand and shuffle your deck. Okay, let me be clear on this one. I like this card because this card, yes, it's primarily for the Hirudegarn deck that would use Tapions and Minoshas. But depending on your build, you could use this card as well in the Trunks deck because he looks for a hero card. I very much so like this, and I think that's actually just like kind of hot fire. I won't even lie. Now next, you have Tapion, Calamity Challenger. So he's double strike, EX Evolve, right? And he's got, yeah, blue Tapion on energy cost 2 or less. That's interesting. Auto, when this card is played, draw one card, so he's going to cantrip himself. Activate main, spear, limit boost, limit 1 spirit boost, blue. Blue Unison card with 15,000 power or more, and you have 3 or more energy. You play this card from your hand. So, starting on turn 3, once you play your Unison in the Trunks deck, you can windmill this guy onto the board for 1 marker. And that's actually really cool. You'll draw a card from it. That's actually very strong. Just, I mean, they're trying to figure out how to make Unisons and still make the deck fast. You can tap on turn 3 to, you know, play your Unison, but you're also going to be able to probably awaken, untap an energy, and play this guy with Spear Boost to hit the board, and then draw a card from it. So you can start to see how the Spear Boost is trying to change the speed of which Unison-centric decks can go. So that's pretty cool, but you can use this in both decks too, so I definitely like this. Is it SR worthy? I'm not sure about that, but it's very interesting. Actually, you know what? It is double strike. 20k double strike for free. That, I don't know, that's in blue, that's kind of hefty. That might actually be SR worthy. That's, woof, I like it. And like I said, it's a hero, so you can search it out in either deck with the one draw Tapion. You got Minosha, Calamity Challenger. Blocker, limit 1. If your leader card is a blue Phantom Demon card and it's your turn, when this card is placed in your drop area from your hand by one of your blue battle card skills, this card play this card from your drop area. So he's a free blocker, and you can only do it once per turn, so that's pretty good. Very good card. You've got Trunks Calamity Challenger. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, return to the owner's hand. Activate main blue. Choose one blue, one blue non-unique sand or earthling card with energy cost of 3 or less in your battle area. Place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Play this card from your hand. Add up to one mono blue card with Tapion in its card name from your deck to your hand and shuffle the deck. Now, because it says mono blue card with Tapion, there's a couple things that work about this. This can get your Unison. This can get your 1-drop. This can get your 4-drop. This is a fixer. I actually like this as an SR because this guy is actually allowed to do so much for the deck. He searches out a bunch of cards, and there's cards in the past that aren't even here yet that can be used on this. So yeah, this is a really good card. Now we've got my homie. I need foils with this. You guys already know the deal. Ship 'em, holla. Great Sandman combo of Justice. You got activate main blue if your leader card is a blue Trunks Youth, and you have a blue Unison with a specified cost of 3 in play. Play this card from your hand. Activate main Spirit Boost 1. Blue if your leader card is a blue Trunks Youth card. Play up to one mono blue Videl card with energy cost of 3 and 20,000 power from your deck with its skills negated for the turn, then shuffle your deck. If you played a card, place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck. So this is actually very interesting because you'll be able to kind of chain these together. Swing with Gohan, pay your blue, drop, and then play the Videl. Now the Videl, Sandman 2 combo of Justice, activate main blue. It's the same thing. If you have a leader card or a Trunks leader card, you can play this card from your hand. But Spirit Boost 1, also blue, you can search the Gohan. They literally have the exact same effects except vice versa. So what this is going to allow you to do is for 2 blue, you're going to have 2 20k swings. And but they don't let you keep the board advantage. Try to balance it. You're going to have to put it at the bottom of the deck and keep it moving. I like. Now we have got Hirudegarn Calamity Complete. EX Evolve for 2 blue if you have 3 more energy and a Hirudegarn card with energy cost of 5. Auto, if your leader card is blue Phantom Demon, when this card is played, draw 1 card. So again, like I said, this is a draw 1 card. Your leader is going to have you draw another card just for the Evolve. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place that at the bottom of its owner's deck. That good blue tuck. At the end of the turn, switch this card to active and one of your energy to active. Now that is wild. Now because it's so strong, it doesn't have barrier, but that's very, very strong. Activate main if you have 4 more energy and you send 2 hero cards from your drop area to your warp. This card gains triple strike. We talked about this before. This is a very, very powerful card and clearly supposed to be the finisher. But because it doesn't have barrier and there's so many things that are vulnerable in the format, and there are a lot of things that can mess with this. This is a little risky, but hey, there's not terribly too much you have to invest in this. 2 energy for a 30k that can refund energy, draw you 2 cards based off your leader and its own effect, and then potentially go sideways for triple strike. 30k? Okay, you don't necessarily need barrier on this card. It's very strong, fairly low investment. Now the next one, we've got Foreboding Music Box. This is the field card that Trunks is going to put into play. Activate main once per turn, add 1 card from your life to your hand. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and add up to 1 blue Unison with a specified cost of 3 amongst in your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you added a card to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. So this is basically just a fetch Tapion or whatever Unison you may run later. Activate main, double blue. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and you place this card in its owner's drop area, choose up to 1 Tapion Hero Revive in your hand and play it with 2 markers in rest mode. So this is actually very, very interesting because this card, all this card is supposed to do is make sure that you can play Tapion on turn 2, which means on turn 3 you're going to be able to open up to 3 energy, have all your 3 energy plays. At the same time, you're going to be able to play Tapion from your hand for Spirit Boost. This is actually a very, very strong card. I kind of like that. And you don't want to put this in the grave quite yet, but you can do some self-awakening too. This changes up the landscape of Trunks quite a bit. Because now Trunks has access to self-awakening via the field card, which I kind of assumed, but he's going to be able to find Tapion. And once you find Tapion, you can literally just play Foreboding Music Box. Or you can drop Foreboding Music Box if you want to. So your opponent's going to be swinging on you. You're going to be using Foreboding Music Box. If you are maybe going into, depending on if you have any self-awakening 1-drops, you can probably use Foreboding Music Box twice and get attacked once, and then use a single 1-drop Awakening, and then just awaken on turn 2 after putting your Unison down. And then, you know, there's actually a lot. This card allows you to do a lot. So I think it's definitely worth looking at. The last card on this list is Tapion Sword. Permanent, if you have a blue Unison card with specified cost of 3 in play, you can activate this card, activate battle from your hand without, their skill from your hand without paying its cost. Activate battle, limit 1, Spirit Boost 1. If your leader card is a mono blue Trunks Youth card, draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your leader cards or Unison cards and gain plus 10,000 power for the battle. So, it's going to replace itself. It looks very, very cool. But most importantly, Spirit Boost 1, homie, you are going to be able to play this card and go up to a 40k. Now, if you activate battle card, it doesn't stay on the field. It goes to the grave. So this is actually really, really, really funny, okay? Hear me out. Just imagine you're on your awakened side of Spirit or of Hero Successor, right? Now just imagine your Tapion has 2 markers, okay? All right, now hear me out. You have your leader and you activate Tapion Hero Revives plus 0. So your leader goes up to 25, okay? After going to 25, you use your leader's Hero Successor ability and you take your Tapion down to 1 marker. And then he goes up to 30k double strike. Then you swing with him. It's a leader effect. You activate Tapion Sword from your hand using Spirit Boost 1, taking your Tapion down to 0, okay? 0 markers, and you boost your Trunks up to you boost your Trunks up to 40k. This is actually pretty interesting because now you're going to, or your Trunks is now going to be 40,000 on a leader swing with double strike. And then because you just killed your Tapion, your Trunks is going to add Tapion Sword from your drop area to your hand. And unfortunately, because of limit 1, you can't use it again to make Trunks 50k double strike. That would have been pog. But you're going to be able to have it in your hand. And you can protect yourself with it. It's almost a 1-drop super combo. So you can protect yourself with it. I think I kind of like that. And then once per turn, it's your turn. If you remove a marker from this card, you can remove skill, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and reconsecrate it. Yeah, so there's a lot of interactions with this deck. And I think we have a couple more blue cards to see if I'm not mistaken, but I kind of like this. And that's going to draw you 1 card. So those are the blue cards for the spoilers so far. We got both leaders and a plethora of cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got a lot of stuff to go over in the future. I'm already going to start trying to put pieces together now that I have more time, and I have some interesting changes in my future. I'm going to be moving and to a new area, so I'll probably have a lot more time to focus on the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy the content that gets put out soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We've gone over all these cards, and I will see you in the next video. And if you like the content and want to help support the channel, think about hitting that subscribe and notification button. Thanks. See you later.